you please welcome from a place called Winnipeggers. I've been hanging around gas stations. I've been learning about tires. I've been talking
Oh, God.
oh.
It looks like your Nana, Rybo.
Oh, Rose Rybo.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
That's me.
Irvas's mod. Oh, no. I'm glad.
You're the slut.
I've seen you guys do that exactly.
Looks like after a night at Toronto with our bathrobes.
You look. I've never noticed how much you look like B. Arthur. Actually,
I don't even have a witty retort to that.
Oh, there's a great action shot
Jeez
right there.
Louise. It looks terrible.
wow.
It looks like Kev in the 80s.
I gotta see a doctor after seeing that.
All right. Welcome to the Winnipeggers. Another great invention by the amazing Rod Stickler. Actually, we know it is actually episode 64 tonight.
Woo.
We've
Are
got
you
it
sure?
right.
You're not a numbers guy.
I think we actually have it right because I checked YouTube last week and it was episode 63. And even when we had it all wrong, Mistakesky always fixes it because she's the greatest. So she's
Awesome.
the one who got us back on track for Winnipeggers 64. Welcome
Thanks,
to the
Stacey.
show.
Hi, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
It's the highs of high. It was, what is the Charles Dickens Rybo? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Episode 62, which was the Kazoo Concerto 2, second highest rated show we've had ever in the 64. It says right down at the bottom, episodes that we've ever done. And episode 63, Rock and Roll Heaven, one of the worst rated episodes.
I
Really?
saw
And that was
that,
after too. That was after,
Yeah.
right? The week after.
Yeah. It
Well,
was a little rusty.
It could have been the week before or
Yeah.
whenever it was, but we're recording this on a Sunday, so we still got 4 days to beef up those ratings. So if you guys haven't seen Rock and Roll Heaven, great show, great quality guests on it.
Yeah. I thought it was
Lots
good.
of fun.
Yeah.
You guys should really go check it
Crazy
out.
fun. Crazy fun.
It's
It's
so
so
much-
good. I remember that episode like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I think we picked some names out of a hat or something like this. Anyways, so the good news really impressed these people, and the bad news, they're not too happy about it. So let's get Dave, corporation update.
What? I don't know. They have bad news. Now I'm all nervous. I mean, this is just the people here. This is a higher level thing. I don't know if these fans can understand this or fathom this. We don't want to put you down. You'll still be our family while we're still just on YouTube. But I mean, it's pretty high level stuff. These guys are slim. They're slim built. They're they're nice waist size. They eat well. They take care of themselves. They're good guys. They're sophisticated. They're smiling and they smile at us, and we smile back at them. If that tells you anything. So obviously we're going to be making some money together.
Rybo exchanged recipes there, eating the same items that were eaten during our call. But the good news is that we're still working with the corporation. Rybo, do not choke to death. You're not allowed to do that.
All right, I muted myself for that.
As soon as we sign the deal, you can go choke yourself if you want, but you got to stay with us. You're kind of the lukewarm water between us here.
Perfect.
But we are in talks with the corporation still. As a matter of fact, more meetings to come. And we actually had a good conference call last week with Barry Boobs to go over a few more ideas. And you guys aren't going to believe if this thing sells, like we're going to the toppermost of the poppermost, aren't we, Rybo?
That's right. It's totally true. And it's also a testament that you can do whatever you want to do. If we can make it, with this show. You can do it. Don't let anything hold you back. You can do anything. If we don't, then you're probably just stuck in your shitty life.
Dave even said nice
David.
cropping on the Winnipeggers title picture.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, no frills here on the Winnipeggers. So if we can sell this show, we can't even bother to crop anything. But who cares? Paul Stanley once said, "You're better than props." We don't need props like cropping.
He said that.
Yeah, he said that to me. We don't need cropping, and we don't need, good Wi-Fi or good ideas or anything like that. We're just all about ourselves
We're
here.
just hanging out, man.
Just freaking hanging out, man. So,
Hanging out. Totally.
so that's the update of the corporation. We'll keep you guys posted as soon as we know more. You guys will get all of the updates and all that sort of stuff. Rybo, got a question for you. I was wondering if you ran into to Gabe at all this week.
I don't go out in the wild very often. No one
Gotcha.
goes out in the wild very much. But like I said, he calls me all the time, and I make fun. We kind of make fun of him and stuff. But really, like he's a
good guy.
He's a genius guy. Like he's really smart. Like he's like
He's a genius.
I'm not sure about genius. Well, maybe he's like the Lao Tzu of of Winnipeg, basically is what he is.
It's your call there.
he always call me off, and it's like, knowing others is wisdom. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. It's weird. He'll leave weird messages on my machine like that. And it's just
Buddha qualities.
Does he always start with show?
It's usually like that. Yeah. And then and then he just floors me. It's usually something stupid at the beginning. So, little Ahoff, I got a Slurpee the other day. It was pretty tasty. I like the mix of Sprite with strawberry and Gatorade. But did you know that the world is conquered with words, not swords? Hang up. I got
Good
call you
wisdom.
back now.
It's pretty good. Yeah, he's come a long way from.
Words, not
he
swords.
was.
Hello. Gabe, hello.
Gabe.
Always good to get an
Sorry.
update on Gabe. He's apparently gained about 30 pounds of muscle since the last time we saw him. But we got a lot of great fans watching this week. And actually, I got something to tell you guys. We just finished a show here at the Fillmore in Charlotte, and in the wild, wearing a blue version of the Speewee and Rybo and Irvas t-shirt. And it was towards the end of the set, and we were singing. I think it was Sandpaper or something. I'm singing, and she's like pointing. She's like, "Look at my shirt."
Nice.
Then I started laughing. Like, that's great. In the wild to see that.
That's funny. Yeah.
And it was a blue version too.
Yeah, which is, by the way, there's something fishy going on because those shirts are only printed black, and there's a lot of shirts about us and our names and stuff being sold on a thing called Bubble or Rebubble or something. And it's just
Redbubble is what it is.
Redbubble. You can just get anything put on there, and people are taking our stuff, which is fine for now. Now.
So they're kind of bootlegging us, is what you're saying, Dave.
Bootlegging the basement
I've
tapes.
I've noticed that because I don't think that we ever gave
We
confirmation.
didn't endorse this.
We didn't
And look who
confirm
it's by the way. It says Dave's Rant Essential by our good cousin
Chavis.
Chavo.
Yeah.
Is he part of the family?
Jake Chavez?
Yeah.
Is that Jake Chavez?
Jake Chavez, I think.
Oh, is that Jake
Chavo
Chavez?
2K6.
Oh, I didn't
possible.
realize it was Jake Chavez. Because if you look close, I don't think my mic was on the whole time. Damn it! You guys should have told me.
We can hear
Have
you.
you heard what I've
perfectly.
been saying?
Yes.
No,
No,
not at all.
somehow we're just able to.
Is this another one of those things again?
We know you so
We
well.
got him,
we're just-
Rybo. We got him.
Yeah.
Rybo's Gabe was Celine Dion.
we can't be we can't be bothered with turning our mics on or whatever.
Yeah, man. That's for regular people.
Yeah.
Redbubble Speewee t-shirt says Dave's Rants, and underneath that nondescript crash test dummy with headphones on, it says, "I don't want to take over the show or anything."
Nice.
How do you
That's
feel about that, Dave? Is that okay with you that people are doing these bootleg type things?
I'm okay a little bit with it but not down the road. I'm not going to be okay with it. I don't think, because
So
these
this is
shirts, a lot of people are buying these shirts. They're putting their hard-earned money, and I don't know if this company's reputable and has good thread count. That's not probably the same thread count as the stuff we've been selling through Chris Jericho Wrestling something.
Yeah. Not even close to what that is.
Chris Jericho sells t-shirt. Chris Jericho sells t-shirt.com.
Show! Dave, you sounded like a little bit annoyed, though. Is there some stuff that's been bothering you?
I can do that. Sure, I can get it.
Dave's rant. He's really pissed. It's excellent. Dave's rant. Let's watch him lose his shit.
Sun is killing me lately. It's coming down too low in the sky. Stop it. Stop coming down so low in the sky. You're hitting me in the eyes. It's too much. Are they ever going to correct the fuck and the duck? You know what I mean? I'm getting pissed off lately, and I use it a lot. It's always coming out duck, and I'm just screaming,
Ducking.
come on.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to go through this? I had to book a flight recently. I'm getting back out in the wild, taking an airplane, and I screw up on the dates. Sorry. Oh, screw me. Like, I'm just human, okay? So I call back 2 minutes later, and it's $100 mistake. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, it's in the system. Oh, come on. How can it even be in the system? You haven't even bought the fucking plane ticket yet, right? Like, just give me a break here. So then you get on hold for 45 minutes. And, you know, it's like $140 total charge. And the girl comes back. And then, and also when you're on hold, you can hear her and her coworkers talking, and they're all closing deals. You know, it's just like a factory of bullshit that they're in. Oh, well, I can't waive it. And I said, oh, come on. Like, I was nice. I just said, please, can you try to do something? She goes, okay, I'll take half of it off. So I didn't eat the whole thing, but it was just bothering me. And then what do? Ask to speak to a manager? Is there managers? Do they know anything? They've never knew anything back when things were good. They're not going to know anything now, right? You're going to talk to some dumb manager. There's a computer theme that's been bugging me, verifying that I'm not a robot. Let me tell you, man, I'm going to the doctors tomorrow. Believe me, I'm not a robot, all right? I got lots of problems, lots of physical and mental ailments, and that a robot would not have. So robots don't go to doctors.
We still would like to see some proof of that, Dave. Like, it'd be nice to have that on the.
That's the after hours show, Rybo. That's Playboy after hours. I'll show you that one.
There's no robot epididymitis.
Yeah, right. Robots don't get epididymitis, and they don't get plantar fasciitis. Yeah, they don't get that kind of stuff. They don't have headaches and stuff. And I don't like this accepting cookies too. What the hell does that even mean? Do I accept cookies? Yeah, sure. I'll accept cookies. So then I'm just getting bombarded with the ad. It's like Lon taught me. Thank God Lon teaches us what cuckold means, and I don't throw that into Google, you know. Password retrieval, username, password. Man, that is just getting so bad. That is just that's a death sentence, you know, when you can't figure it out. And then some of the places, they have such security that if you try 3 ways, they go, we're sorry, you have to wait till tomorrow to try again. And you're just like, you know, it's my bank, it's my money. Oh, and the other thing of the bank, somebody sends you money. That's nice, I guess, right? I guess. I mean, no, it is. Send money. But then I go to the bank and then I see how much I'm having there. I don't want to open my bank account ever. I don't know if you guys are like that. I'm sure Chris is. But, you know, when you got a bill and you got to pay it and then you got to see what's in there, it's not a good feeling. I'd rather just pretend I have money than that I don't, right? So that's just a problem I have.
I don't look at that. I just like throw it out right there.
Not trying to take over the show, but you know, just see the sun down. The sun's too low. It's in the eyes. Let me just take it easy that way. I don't like the LED lights. Everyone's trying to get you on this thing. I love to save the environment. I do a lot of things. I do a lot of other things, but I can't put LED lights all over the house. You look like you got jaundice or something. It's just terrible lighting. And
maybe
and
you
now,
do have jaundice because you're not a robot.
Right.
Maybe
I might. Hey, if I was a robot, I wouldn't be getting suckered into buying this shitty pumpkin spice shit at Starbucks and all this crap that's happening in the fall too.
Oh, here's like $11.99 or whatever.
Here's a $32 coffee that just tastes like a pumpkin's ass. Oh, thanks. That's wonderful. I can't wait to drive out to the mountains and snowboard, and then when I'm at the mountains, everyone's got their ski tags still on their jacket. You know, they go, "Oh, boy, I was there yesterday too." See, okay, I bet you it was nice too. Yeah, okay, that's all I got.
The sun low in the sky, that is really annoying. And I live in sunny St. James. Gabe called me the other day and said, "So, I was driving. I live in sunny St. James like you do. On the way to work, I'm driving into the sun, and on the way, I'm driving back. And by the way, it's better to have less thunder in the mouth and more lightning in the hand."
Not bad.
City Bob.
Gabe's growing on me with a Buddha Gabe. I don't mind. I don't mind Buddha Gabe.
All right, so lots of rants, lots of stuff. Shows completely off the rails, which is what you guys pay to see. This week it's junior high predictions, and what this one was written by me, I think. Actually, we got an email from our friend Gloves. Shout out to Gloves and his mom, great mom, and he sent us our junior high school yearbook pictures and write-ups. And I'm assuming everybody across the country, across North America, did the same. And what it was is when you were getting ready to graduate, you would put your ambition, what you wanted to do, your fate, what was really going to happen to you, your nickname, your favorite saying, something along those lines, pet peeves, all that sort of thing. So we're going to get into that. This is going back to 1985 for me. Yeah. Probably 86 or 87 for you, Dave, and 87, 88 for you, Rybo. What year did you graduate from Sansom?
Well, I was weird because I graduated, and when we went to Sansom, I was the first year that they didn't have grade 9. So grade 9 was over at West.
No, I was the first year.
Were you
I was the very first year. Yeah, I never got a grade 9.
But you did grade 9 in Sansom and then went over.
No, I did grade 9 in Westwood Collegiate. We were the very first class, just one before you. Not it matters. Okay, let's save that for another episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, 1985 and like 1987, 88, whatever it was, right?
This is the one I have from Dave.
So 86.
Okay, so I was 84. Okay.
So to before we get started, to tell us a little bit about his high school memories and great experiences that he had in high school, it's the amazing Mr. T.
Speedway, Rybo, and Irvaz. This is the one and only.
We gotta hear that again.
Hey, Speedway, Rybo, and Irvaz. This is the one and only Mr. T. Hey, let me tell you something, brother. I remember when I was in high school, Dunbar Vocational, my junior year, I was the co-captain of the football team, and we was gonna play our team rival. You know, they was predicted to beat us by 3 touchdowns. And I told the assembly, I predicted, I said, we're going to win and I'm going to score 3 touchdowns. We won and I scored 3 touchdowns. That was my favorite. Then they started calling me the prophet, or they started calling me touchdown T. That was something. And I used to wear white shoes. Every time I run a touchdown, I have the ball in my hand. I would get a ball to the ref. I was called sometimes the Joe Namath of high school football because I used to wear white football shoes. But that was the most exciting times when I was in high school. Well, another time when I was a wrestling champion. First time a wrestling done by history ever took a place in state. I won the champion at 165. I used to play football at 205. Had a month to get down to weight to 165. I would train hard because I wanted to be somebody in wrestling and football. That was the key out the ghetto for me. It got me a scholarship. So those was the moments I was proud of high school, and I remember, that was so special to me. That was it, brothers. You guys take care. Thanks for reaching out to me. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. T.
That was awesome.
That was cool. Wow. Yeah. Nice that he came on the show.
When he was talking, I was like, it's fucking Mr. T. Like,
that's weird.
It's pretty cool, man.
I kind of pity us fools.
Yeah.
I like, you know what? He's the same as us when we were in junior high, part of the A team. You know what I mean? Like, we all got solid A's, I'm sure. Like, I mean, I got all A's.
I was on the EH A team. So what's up, A? I got fucking loaded, A.
The A team.
Let's just hear how he says. Let's just see how he says our names again.
So stupid.
Hey, Speedway, Rybo, and Irvaz.
He actually got yours right. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did. He got my.
You're the one to get yours right and ours wrong.
But he added an extra syllable for Speedway, and there was I believe there was a Ryvo, wasn't it?
I think Ryvo.
Bell Biv Ryvo, I think is for this thing. So that was some great memories by the legendary Mr. T.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool one myself. So.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah.
So we will now go to our high school pictures. So we'll start with Dave.
Okay.
See what he looked like when he was. So you'd be probably 14.
I guess so. Yeah.
Here, probably.
Strapping young lad. I'm sure.
So there you are.
I haven't seen the photo, but
right there.
Oh, geez.
Not bad. You can you can tell it's you, little guy.
Yeah, little guy. That's what my nickname was, little guy. That was my in-between stage of trying to find out what I was. I was always recreating myself. David Bowie Spivak was kind of my mantra on back then.
That's like
Do you want me to read my little weird write-up that I had?
Read your write-up, and then explain what each thing was now.
Well, I got really, now that I've seen this write-up after all these years, I remember being very stressed out and going, what am I going to write? Like, it's got to be something really good.
Neurotic.
Yeah, so I wrote my ambition was to be a Japanese headbanger and party with loudness, so the Japanese heavy metal band. But to be a Japanese headbanger, it's not like you can just go convert to being Japanese, I don't think, right? It's impossible. It's like Judaism or something.
Setting your ambitions too high. You got to change your. I hope I can change my ethnicity by the time I grow up.
Yeah. Like, to be a Japanese headbanger and party with loudness. It should be to be a headbanger and party with the Japanese heavy metal band Loudness, not to become a Japanese.
Party with Loudness in Japan. Now, let me just throw this out here. Out of all the guys that I would expect to mention Loudness,
it'd be not me.
Their junior high school yearbook in this panel, you would be the furthest last one.
Yeah,
because
I was fourth on the list somehow.
Oh, 400th. Right. Out of three people, I'd be fourth.
Behind Gabe at this point.
Yeah. No, I was mixed up. I was full of shit. As I wrote it. They had one video on Much Music. Don't remember what it was. Never even finished the video. It was like a dumb thing.
Crazy night.
But that'll be cool.
Because you are the hero tonight, Dave.
And then my fate was to deliver papers for the Metro One. Paper, get your paper here, which is a community newspaper in our area, which is like, 300 people maybe got it. Paper.
See, we had on first jobs. My first jobs.
Yeah.
My first job was delivering Metro One for Dwayne Johnson. The Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock, but our friend Dwayne Johnson. I have a picture of him here.
We also made a mistake of the show. It's junior high predictions. You got a picture of Wayne Johnson?
Good call.
Should I continue?
Picture, Rybo?
Oh, I have the yearbook here. I could pull them
out.
But
Okay.
Let's just show everybody that we know. Hey, let's just show people and talk about them.
Continue, Dave.
Thank you. My pet peeve was Boy George. It still is. No, I don't know. I guess I didn't get Boy George. I think I never really listened to him.
Hey,
actually,
you were too busy listening to Loudness to understand.
Right.
Boy George.
That was probably another fake thing. I was like, what's the opposite of Loudness? And it would have been pop music. So it was like Boy George. But then, a month after this, it was all about Corey Hart. I got the spiky hair and, the sun in and everything. And I was just ready to change again because, boom, I was just constantly in change.
White teeth.
Oh, white teeth. Just a male model just showed up in town, baby. Okay. Yeah. Back then. What else is here? I was starting to read somebody else's because it's
FS's favorite saying.
Favorite saying is it's the shoes. Oh no, that's Cheryl Thorlickson's. Hang on, I got it. Okay. Favorite saying is what's your problem? What's your problem? I don't even remember saying that.
What's your problem? You don't like Loudness?
Dude, I mean, this is just, I was living a lie in 1985. I don't even remember saying that. What's your problem? What's your problem? If anybody remembers me from back then, let me know if I said, what's your problem? Was I trying to be cute? It's weird.
You're like Boy George? What's your problem?
Yeah. And nickname, Spiv, which I always loved that. I love it when people call me Spiv. I always have. I think it's just like really cool. It's like it would be maybe a real good athlete to be like, "What good game tonight, Spiv." Never heard that, but
Well, it's kind of cool because you're there. It's Spiv. That was before Speewee, I think. Was maybe a nickname, right? So, but now with Mr. T, you got Spivwee.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Spivwee.
You didn't get Spiv, but you got Spivwee. So
look at Thorlickson's write up on here. Ambition to meet Corey Hart. This is so funny. We're all such kids back then.
Yeah. Okay, so Dave wanted to be in Loudness, and he did not like Boy George, and he was wondering, what's your problem?
What's your problem? And I think I wanted to be Japanese and then be a fan of Loudness. I guess it's so stupid, man. It's again, you can't convert to Japanese. It's weird.
Yeah. All right, I'll go next. This is young Irvas here, 1985. Look at that.
It looks like Ryan's son.
It looks like Sammy Hagar when he first joined Van Halen, when he had that little bowl cut.
Wow.
My ambition was to win $1 million.
Did you do
My
it?
fate was to win tickets to Duran Duran Culture Club Festival.
You hated Boy George too.
Yo, it's interesting how our fates are both like burying very popular bands that all the chicks loved. No wonder I didn't have a girlfriend. But at least I had a little bit of a joke to mine. Yours had nothing to do with anything. At least mine was like,
I was very nervous when I wrote
A,
it.
you win $1 million. B, you win tickets to the Duran Duran Culture Club Festival.
Yeah.
Which I would go to now, by the way.
Yeah, so would I. But the other thing is, you think that's why you didn't have a date. But looking at these pictures of you two, I mean, there's probably other reasons.
Now, my pet peeve
Wait till mine
was DJ's hair. And I was trying to think, who the hell was DJ? And there's a guy called Drew Jones. And I don't know why I didn't like his hair. He had pretty long hair. Maybe everyone would get on his. Oh, I know. Maybe he's always like combing it and hairspraying it or something. But not only did I not like DJ's hair, I also hated preppies.
Yeah, kill the preppies.
So we were very metal. It's like yes to loudness and $1 million and no to Boy George and preppies.
I would.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that this whole thing, the 85, 86, is either people saying that they love Corey Hart and Boy George and hate bangers, or the opposite. It was like such a red and blue states as far as Samson was concerned.
Yeah.
People were so much more into music then than kids are now. Like you really lived and died by the music.
Oh
that
yeah,
you
of course.
to,
Yeah.
right?
Now there's so much competition for your entertainment, like this show, right?
Yeah,
I had that thing too where I was like, I would go to that Changes, Flipside nightclub for young people.
Yeah.
And I would go as a preppy. But I never wanted anybody in St. James to know, so I was kind of like living two little lies, or a lie, because I was way more of a banger, but I would do the preppy stuff to try to meet girls. I still didn't meet a girl till I was 21, but I tried. And I think if you guys knew I was at Changes dressing up and jumping up and down, you probably wouldn't be friends with me, so I had to hide that from people.
Didn't we play Changes? Wasn't that where we had the Battle of the Bands?
Flipside Battle of the Bands, yeah.
Flipside, yeah. So we played Changes. We did not do a Loudness song. We did a Megadeth song. And we
lost. I was there.
We lost to a band that did, I think, a U2 cover. So goes to show what we knew. And my nickname was 2-Bit because I was super into the Outsiders. So 2-Bit would be Emilio Estevez's character in the Outsiders. So
I had no idea why you did that. I thought like maybe you wanted to win $1 million because at that time you were just worth 2 bits.
It could be,
Yeah.
But I took that 2 bits and went and bought Thunder in the East by, you guessed it, Loudness. All right.
Never heard of it.
That's because you're not Japanese yet.
I was trying to be Japanese so I could get into them. It never happened.
Right. I'd have to say,
another song that was big at that time was "I Think I'm Turning Japanese." I really think so. So maybe that got into your into your psyche.
To your psyche.
Maybe it could happen.
I got one more. Look at this picture here. It has to be the most ridiculous out of all three. Let's check it out right now.
Oh man!
Look at this one.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
Little Marty Short.
Well,
Oh my God!
give me a seat, a bouncy seat. This is the kid that would have what we call rangs, and we've mentioned him on the show, where he would chase you down the street swinging a hockey stick, just screaming at the top of his lungs.
Wearing that V-neck or whatever that is.
Yeah. Your hair is actually very similar to mine, Rybo, in this.
Yeah, you guys had the same. Orist cut your hair.
Yeah, our mom probably both sent us to Orist the butcher. Orist was the barber. That was actually, his shop was right next to Gloves' mom's pharmacy, Bigelow's Pharmacy.
Good point.
And Orist would give the haircuts, and he was like was he Ukrainian or something?
German, I think.
No, he wasn't German. He was Orist.
Greek?
Orist Kinderchuk or something like that was his name, something along those lines.
He's still around, by the way, but he moved.
What?
His place blew up. Actually, there was that huge explosion, huge gas explosion, blew up Orist barbershop. And then he moved from there. It was by the MTS building. It was insane. I remember I was driving with a VH and we were going to Mother's Music or something. And everything was closed off. And we're like, what's going on? We were diverted like huge. It was just a mess. And he's like, oh, aliens must have landed. I mean, what else could it be? It must have been aliens.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. It had to be that. But,
well, what I remember about Orist was that you'd go there. Orist the butcher was his name because he'd go and give you all a beaner, bad haircut. But if he really liked you, you'd go into his back room and he had stacks of Playboy and Penthouse magazines back there. And he would let the kids
The kids? What the fuck?
What are
Okay.
you talking about right
Shut the show down. Shut the show down.
It's true. It's true. I looked at a
Eject, hit
couple.
the eject button. Hit the eject button. There's a red button there. Just press it.
It's true. What? I can say that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah. It's just that's just.
We weren't like 7. We're like 15 years old or whatever.
right. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
He did it, not you. I know. Yeah. The hell with him. Bury him.
Yeah.
Poor Oris Kinderchuk. He's getting ready to get his gold watch in retirement. Now he's going down.
Wow.
Down to Chinatown.
Well, next time I take my son to get his haircut at Oris, I'm going to say, hey, is it okay if I go in the back room for a while?
Hey, you got a hard drive back there?
All right, Rob, you got
that
your
hairdo. It's like all of our hairdos is that reminds me of that Rodney Dangerfield joke. It's like, hey, nice haircut. Did you get to keep the spoon? All right. Anyway.
I think it's
All right.
a bowl of soup, but yeah, okay.
All right, read your write-off.
All right. So my write-up was to be a scientist or a doctor,
Okay.
and the fate to be a specimen or a patient.
Well, see, at least you did a 1-2 punch there, unlike Speewee, who did not follow the unwritten rule here.
Just wanted to be Asian, man. It was way different.
I just didn't want to be like I'll be a garbage man, because I think I did that in grade 6, and I said this year I'm going to do something better, and it was marginally better. But I've been called a specimen by lots of pretty ladies before, but never a doctor. Anyway.
All of us fell pretty far short of our goals, I'd have to say.
Our high, for those of you watching, we actually did a high school yearbook write-up 1-2. You can, we were more.
That'll be the next show. That'll be the next.
No, we
show.
already did one.
Well, we'll do it again. We're running out of ideas.
I don't think we read our
episode 49 3/4. I think.
Did we read our reviews on that?
I believe we did. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I haven't seen any shows, so I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure we did. Maybe I dreamt that. My pet peeve is dogs, which is kind of funny because
wow.
I had allergies to dogs and stuff. Like I love dogs, but not all dogs.
Do you own it? Have you ever owned a dog?
I've never owned a dog. No.
Okay.
No, but that was your pet peeve?
Maybe I thought pet. You had to
Maybe
like
literally.
a pet.
That's pretty funny if you did.
No, I don't know.
Hey, hold on a second. Let me just interject here. This could be a Rybo joke, to be honest with you. Like a very subtle, obscure call. Pet peeves. What peeves me the most about a pet? It's a dog. I can see you putting that because you're like, oh, I'm such a comedic genius. I'm going to flip the script, and they want a peeve that's an animal. It's a dog.
Hey. Maybe that's what I did. I didn't even know it. I just even kept myself out of the loop and just.
You're like the Beatles with Paul is dead. You left all these clues and didn't even know it.
You didn't know,
right? So I'm not sure. I mean, there was some. I don't like the big drooling dogs and dogs that smell and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't want to own a dog, so I don't want to have to walk behind it and pick up the shit and stuff like that. I don't know if I was thinking all that, but.
But your cat tried to kill you when you're on the dumper, so you can't win anyway in life with these animals, dude.
That's true. That's one time that happened, and that was really weird. We've talked about it since then, and he's cool.
So continue.
I did once. There was this one dog that I used to go through the catwalk all the time, and he'd just go nuts, and he was just crazy, and I just hated him. It was like, calm down. He got out once, and I was riding with, oh man, I wish I could remember. I think it was Pokey, maybe Paul Davis. Davidson? Paul Davis?
Davidson, whatever. Yeah.
And I was riding my bike, and this dog was chasing us, and he went right in front of me, and I hit the dog and did a total endo and went flying.
Oh, wow.
And the dog was just like, just didn't even care.
The dog was fine, right?
The dog was fine, but I was not.
Okay, good.
So pet peeves, dog.
Well, what the problem was that you said you were going down the catwalk and you ran into a dog. Don't go down the fucking catwalk and you'll be okay next time. What was your favorite saying, Rybo?
Genius. Pet peeves. There we go.
Yeah.
It's all there. I lost my place now.
Favorite saying?
And then I lost my place. And then Cheryl Thorlickson's favorite.
I got yours here, Rybo.
Favorite saying, you're bad at this game.
No, his favorite saying is, hey, man.
No.
And hey, dude.
What are you reading? You guys are both
Oh, that's
idiots.
Brian Baldwin.
Yes, just stay out of this. Everyone stay out of this. I'm taking over. You're bad at this game. And by the way, Rybo, my pet peeve is you spelt your Y-O-U-R. # sorry, Chad. You spelt your wrong.
Kidding. You spelled a spelling mistake.
You know what? I felt a bit bad about this write-up, and especially the picture and the bowl cut. But now I feel horrible. Thanks a lot.
Well, you're gonna love this one.
Press the red button. We're done.
You're gonna love this one. Nickname
Adolf.
Adolf.
Yeah. Adolf. It's
His
better than
gut-
Adolf Hitler, but
Yeah, his Rybo's last name. I don't think we ever discussed your last name before. That'll be an upcoming episode. Last names. Rybo's last name is Ahoff. So I remember people calling you Ahoff Hitler.
yes. So
Adolf
sometimes
was
people
one-
would call me Adolf. They would call me that. But again, this is before Rybo, which is interesting because we all had there was no Spivwy, Rybo, Irvas until after 1986. So we know that.
Well, I will say this too that
I just love that we're reading the wrong things. There's a guy named Jason Benson in your class. Ambition to be a strong, successful man.
you know, there was a time too, Rybo, when you were promoting concerts, they called you Azoff, Ryan Azoff.
That's great.
That was
I never
that was
knew about that. Wow.
That was the short
Yeah.
period of time there.
Very short period.
Yeah, that's really obscure, and obviously nobody here got that.
No, I have no idea, but I was trying to play along.
You never heard of Irving Azoff, the most
I knew
famous
about it.
promoter? Man, he manages the Eagles and Guns N' Roses and everybody.
Eagles, Guns N' Roses. That sounds familiar.
Ambition to be in the Eagles, fate to be in Guns N' Roses. I think that was Chris Spradbro's.
Oh man.
Goldie from the Winnipeg Gold Eyes.
I think, guys, we've had lots of great times, and I just want to also say thank you to the sponsor of today's show, getting it in right at the end, where we saw if Loudness ever came to town, which they did not. You might have seen them here, but I do have tickets for the Duran Duran Culture Club Festival that is playing next month at the Winnipeg Arena. This week's sponsor.
We're all going.
This episode of Winnipeggers is brought to you by the Winnipeg Arena. He shoots, he scores. Maybe don't check the standings of the Winnipeg Jets, but let me tell you, the arena is here to satisfy you. All in the love of the Queenie. All the Winnipeg Arena concerts, hockey, and more. And maybe just don't check the standing of the Winnipeg Jets. He shoots, he scores.
A couple good years, but yeah, don't check the
That
standings.
was good. Don't forget, guys, thanks to Winnipeg. Don't forget, you go to prowrestlingtees.com/Chris Jericho. Rybo, why don't you show them your shirt that you're wearing right there? Yeah, there you go. Rybo's got a great Winnipeggers shirt on. That's one of two designs. The other design we saw was Spewy and Rybo and Irvas that we saw in the wild today at the Fozzy concert in Charlotte. But other than that, what a great show that we have. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we saw that one.
But
It was blue.
In black, this is official in black. If it's blue, then you
Yeah.
owe money.
Yeah, there's something going on that's fishy. We'll get to the bottom of it. We're not super worried about it at this point.
Yeah, as long as they're still representing and buying our stuff is great. But we also want to thank the Winnipeg Arena for sponsoring, and
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The amazing Mr. T. Awesome to see Mr. T on the show. He looked great. Gave us all new nicknames except for me, which he actually pronounced right. But Speevy and Ryvo,
Stevio.
Speevy Nicks, and everybody else. But thank you guys for. We actually know what number show we are on.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it was number 64.
Yeah, nice.
Will you still feed me? Will you still, what is it? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Well, we're 64. Do you need us, family? I hope so.
Are we still live?
We're still going.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
You're gonna
probably-
press the red button very soon.
oh, right on. Well, great show, guys. It was great catching up again.
We'll see you
Love
guys
you.
next
Love you.
week.
And
Got
love
a
you,
big show
family.
next week.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the first news events we can never remember.
As
So,
kids, yeah, which I think is a cool topic.
Come up with some of your own, and we'll see you next week right here on the Peggers.
Right here on the Peggers.
Winnipeggers. Can't say Peggers.